Hello, young explorers. Today we're going on an exciting journey back in time to learn about a remarkable African-American inventor named Andrew Jackson Beard. He was a man of great determination and creativity, and his inventions made trains much safer for workers and passengers alike. Can you imagine working on a railroad where connecting train cars was so dangerous that people often got hurt? Andrew saw this problem and came up with a brilliant solution that changed the railroad industry forever. But Andrew's story isn't just about trains. He was a farmer, an engineer, and an inventor who used his knowledge and experience to solve real-world problems. Are you ready to learn about his incredible life and how his inventions made a difference? Let's get started. Andrew Jackson Beard was born in 1849 in Alabama, a time when many African Americans were enslaved and forced to work without pay or freedom. Andrew was enslaved as well and spent the first 15 years of his life working on a plantation. The work was tough and he had no opportunity to go to school. But even at a young age, Andrew was curious and always looking for ways to make work easier. In 1865, everything changed. The Emancipation Proclamation and the end of the Civil War granted freedom to enslaved people, including Andrew. Imagine what that must have felt like. One day having no choices and the next being free to build your own future. Now free Andrew had to figure out how to make a living and survive. After gaining his freedom, Andrew got married and started a small farm near Birmingham, Alabama. Farming was very different from working on a plantation. Now Andrew could make his own choices about what to grow and how to manage his land. But farming was still hard work, and Andrew quickly realized that plowing the fields by hand was exhausting and time-consuming. Instead of giving up, Andrew started thinking like an inventor. He asked himself, how can I make farming easier? That's when he began designing a better plow. In 1881, after years of farming, Andrew invented a special tool called the double plow. This plow had two adjustable blades, making it easier to dig deep into the soil and prepare it for planting. Farmers could now work faster and more efficiently, helping them grow more crops in less time. Andrew knew his invention was valuable, so in 1884, he sold the patent for his double plow for $4,000. A huge amount of money back then. With this money, Andrew didn't just stop inventing. Instead, he looked for new problems to solve. Andrew was fascinated by machines, especially engines. He studied how they worked and imagined ways to improve them. By 1887, he had invented a rotary steam engine, a powerful machine that could be used in different industries. While this invention wasn't as widely known as his later work, it showed that Andrew was constantly learning and looking for ways to make the world better through technology. Andrew eventually started working in the railroad industry, where he saw a major problem. Coupling train cars together was extremely dangerous. Back then, workers had to stand between the train cars and manually insert a metal pin to connect them. If a train car moved unexpectedly, workers could get crushed or lose limbs. Many men were seriously injured or even lost their lives while doing this job. Andrew saw this and thought, there has to be a better way. He was determined to solve this problem and make railroads safer. In 1897, Andrew invented the Jenny coupler, an automatic device that connected train cars without workers needing to stand between them. Instead of using a manual pin, his invention allowed train cars to automatically lock together when they bumped into each other. This was a game changer. It meant that railroad workers no longer had to risk injury or death just to connect train cars. The Jenny coupler was so important that, in the same year Andrew patented it, the U.S. Congress passed the Federal Safety Appliance Act, which required all railroads to use automatic couplers. Andrew's invention saved countless lives and made rail travel safer for workers and passengers. Before Andrew's invention, railroad work was one of the most dangerous jobs in America. But thanks to the Jenny coupler, accidents became much less common and thousands of workers were protected from harm. Andrew's automatic coupler became a standard in the railroad industry, and variations of his design are still used in modern trains today. Andrew's story teaches us that great ideas can come from anyone, anywhere. If you ever face a problem, think like an inventor. Ask yourself, how can I make this better? Just like Andrew, you might come up with something that helps people and changes the world. So the next time you see a train, remember the name Andrew Jackson Beard, the African-American inventor who made train travel safer for everyone. If you like this video and would like to see more content like this, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment, share with